have a banner with my art on it. So that's my table for now. Table 15. Wow, look at my art. My girls. So this is how it looks like, but the only issue is that the lighting is actually really bad. So unfortunately you can't see any of my holo. It all looks really dark. Like you can't see any holo. So far that's like legit my only complaint. Like you can't even see anything and it's really dark. So I'm hoping that tomorrow they turn on the lights. Otherwise this is gonna be a big issue and I feel like it could really affect my sales. I mean, she's cute, but like if I go from afar, that's how it looks like to the normal eye, but I don't know. We'll see tomorrow how it looks when everything's on and hope for the best. But wish me luck, guys. Good morning. It is currently, I can't tell, 6:27. Yeah, so here's the view. It's not much, but it's early. They're doing construction work. Is there still people out there? So yeah, but woke up early. We're gonna get breakfast and then gonna get ready for the con. Let's see how day one goes. We're about to go for the con, and these are Artist Alley badges, and I think they're hollow actually. Slightly hollow, but they're cute. So yeah, at least they're really pretty. So there's that. Hello, I'm kind of sweaty, but basically ready for the con. The lighting's okay, but yeah, so my aunt and cousin are ready too, and we're gonna head over to the event. So they'll probably say hi once we're actually at the event. They turned on the lights now, so you could see the holo. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that complained about it, but it looks so much different compared to yesterday. Like, there's my aunt. But look, she looks so cute now. Yay. Hopefully this will make sales. Not that bad, but here she is, cute. Yay. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. 30 minutes before we start, and we're trying to figure out the money situation because I've been in Mexico a few times, but the money is still, I still don't know what money is what. So yeah. Ahí estamos todos. We're still counting money. And our system that my cousin came up with, so they could just give us the number and boom, numbers right there. Smart thinking. Yeah, so it's kind of quiet so far. It's like, this is how it looks like from our view. So it's around, what time is it? 11:48. So we have until 7. I don't know if I'll make it, but hopefully I won't die. Hopefully we won't die. We'll see. I met a fellow Niji fan and they gave me Shu and Luca chocolates. Ah, so cool. Thank you. It's currently 4:18. We have like 2 more hours to go. And yeah, I got interviewed apparently for, I don't know, they were doing like a video thingy. And they were like, oh, we want to interview you. And I was like, okay. I think it's because I'm dressed, and maybe it's also because my table wasn't that busy. So I was like, oh, maybe that's why, but they did that. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm going to see if I can find the video once they upload it, but I don't know if they'll upload that before my vlog. But I just thought that was kind of cool. So, you know, never been interviewed for that, but that happened. So I was like, okay, I see you, Mexico Con, let's go. So yeah, but we're waiting for it to be 6 soon, and then we'll go to the hotel, change, and get food because we haven't eaten since breakfast. Hello, we are back from the con, so day one is over. I just came back and changed because I felt like a sausage. So now that I'm changed and good, we're gonna go get some tacos. So we're gonna go get some really good food because we deserve it. So yeah, I might show you guys some of that, but we'll see. So let's get food. Wow. We're getting some real Mexican food. Yay. Well, let's hope it's good. Ooh, there's a thingy. Here's our tacos. Is it spicy? No. No? I can't eat spicy. I'm a bad Mexican, so just pico de gallo for me. Yeah, we're eating good food. Ooh. So they're showcasing a few shoujo items. So they have like the mangas, the Sailor Moon ones with the rods. So I thought that was kind of cool. They have some of the other Sailor Scouts weapons. And oh my god, they have Godchild. I love this manga so much. Yuki Kaori is like my number one, you know, I guess you could say like manga inspiration, so that's nice to see. But they have a lot of other items around too, which I thought was kind of cool because it kind of matches with the whole like shoujo theme. Like they have these swords, but I don't really recognize them from anywhere specifically. Oh, actually no, wait. Oh, it's from Clamps X. I'm a bad fan because I really like this manga too. Oh, I thought that was kind of cool though. And they have a few others, so I'll go and show you guys some of that. And they have like the card captor stuff. They have the cards, they have her wand. No, it's mostly clamp related, so I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, that's pretty awesome actually. And I think they have, I don't recognize these either, but I know they're from a shoujo. But if you know, let me know because I don't recognize these. Yeah, but I thought that was pretty cool. Wow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Second floor with the main stage. Yeah. Putting the whole table down. Hi table. Hi table. Hey Yume. Bye. Just to let you guys know, for full transparency, towards the end of the video I will give you guys more of a breakdown on like prices and how much I made, what I spent, etc. Just to, you know, kind of be transparent to people that might want to go to a con in Mexico and let you guys know a little bit on that. But yeah, so stay tuned for that at the end of the video. So for starters, this is the pamphlet of the convention. So it was basically a magical girl / shoujo themed anime con. So this is her program guidebook. So as I mentioned, it is shoujo themed and it was a 2-day event in Mexico City. It was, let me just show you guys the inside. So here is the map. There was a first floor and a second floor, And there was, let me see, how many artists? 125 artists. They also had guests of honors, a few artists that were guests, and a few cosplayers. They also have here in the back their programming guide on the main stage for both Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, there's a little bit of that on the event, and let's go into more details. So first, let's get started on the checking in process. So one thing that I found interesting was that their window time to set up was from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So we only had 3 hours, and I mean, I'm probably used to it here. Back at home, there's usually a larger window for artists to set up. So maybe like here, I know sometimes we have until like 10 or 12 to 6 or 8 depending on the event. So there's a larger gap where artists can go in and set up. So here that was not the case. We only had 3 hours, and luckily it does not take me that long to set up, maybe an hour max at most. So I was doing well. Was able to set up, no issues there. And here was our little lanyard. This was our, it says expositores, so like exhibitors. It was literally just Artist Alley. So yeah, there was that. She's cute, she's hollow. Simple but cute. It was nice to have like a little, little something. So we had that, and let me see what stood out to me. So as I mentioned, there were 2 floors, the first floor and second floor. I was on the first floor, and let me see. Okay, so first thing going in, I found my table. I decided to go with a corner table for this event, and usually I'm not a big fan of corner tables just because sometimes people coming in from the side can see your, like, the back of your table, and it looks really messy. But for some reason, I don't know why, I decided let's do a corner table. I guess to kind of help with the flow of traffic. And then I was kind of worried about it. I was like, oh, I didn't bring enough merch to kind of like build on the side. Maybe it was not a good idea. But when I went and I saw the table layout, I was very happy about my choice. So usually we got a standard 6-foot table, and at events like, let's see, Impulse, no, not Impulse, like Anime Pasadena, Riverside, and like Anime LA, I'm used to them having your table, you have your space on the side where you can go in and out comfortably, and you have the barriers. So you have table, space, barrier. There's enough room for you to go in and out nice and easy, no problem. The issue is that at this event, you did have a tiny space to go in and out comfortably, but it was really, really narrow, like super narrow. The only way that we were able to go in and out was if we like went sideways through, and the barrier, honestly, I don't know what material it was, but it felt like it was really heavy, so you could not move it physically yourself. I think someone was having issues with theirs, so they actually had to call someone over to, like, I don't know, not set aside, tear down one of the panels. But yeah, you couldn't physically move it because it was like really strong. So we were like, whatever, like screw it, let's just use that. So we had to go by to the side with to squeeze in, and that's because, I was lucky enough and I got that space. But if you were in the middle and got a middle table, you did not have a space to go in and out of your booth. If you had a middle table, the only way to go in and out was by going under your table. So literally the artists next to me, it was I think they were like a group of 3 artists. They had to go in and out of their table by going under, and I was like, what? Yeah, I was like, this is not safe. It's a fire hazard, it's a safety hazard. I was like, in case of an emergency, how are you gonna get out? I was just like, whoa, no. I don't know if that's how they usually do it at events there, but that's how they did it at that event. So that was very, very weird. I'm really glad I did not get that table because I would have said something, and I didn't want to be that person. But I was like, whoa, you guys got kind of screwed over with the table space. Okay, let's see what else. What else? So I guess that was pretty much all for like the setup, and I guess I'll go with day one. So starting off with day one, I honestly did not know what to expect. I did a little bit of research prior to this event, so I've noticed a lot of people tend to buy like stickers and stuff like that just because it is a little bit more cheaper and more accessible. So I wasn't sure how keychains would do. But surprisingly, a lot of my keychains did really well. I think that was the main thing that I sold was my charms, which was really great because charms are super heavy, and my main goal for this event was to make sure my luggage was much lighter than it was, you know, coming in and going back, pretty much. Let me see what else. There was that, and I did notice that, well, it's probably on my part, but I did have merch that was like Nichi Sanji, you know, streamers, they're like English speaking. I'm going to a, you know, a place where they don't speak a lot of English, so I'm not surprised that that merch was like not as popular. But I did meet a few fans that were like Niji Sanji fans, and they bought a few things that was really nice. I really had a nice time talking to like fellow fans and fangirling over them, so it was really sweet. But yeah, my charms did really well overall, which is great. Really, really good. Um, for sure, I noticed like the first day, it felt, I'm not sure, but I was making sales, but I wasn't making them like as often as like back to back. So it didn't feel like I was making a lot of sales until the end of the con, and I went back to the hotel and we counted up how much we made, which is pretty surprising. So it went really well. More than I expected, at least for like an international convention. And I'm trying to remember what else, anything that stood out for sure. I mean, there was that, and I was told that usually at events like this, Sundays are the busiest instead of like Saturdays back home here where it tends to be the busiest. It's Sunday because a lot of people work on Saturday, so Sunday's like prime time. So I was like, okay, let's go prime time. There were a few times in between where it did feel kind of slow. Also, the timing of the con was a little bit weird. It started at, we were supposed to be there at before 10 because 10 o'clock was when they opened to like VIP. But honestly, during that time frame from 10 to 11, a lot of people were still setting up. So I'm not sure if it's like, maybe I couldn't tell that there was a lot of people because they didn't sell a lot of VIP passes, or people with VIP passes didn't want to come in that early, or it could be that people with VIP passes had certain artists they wanted to go to, so they just like went straight to them instead of, you know, doing the rounds. And then at 11, they were supposed to open to like the general public. So if you had bought in a pass at 11, you could go in. But it wasn't until 12 o'clock where they went ahead and opened, like, where they started selling tickets to people that did not buy tickets. So if you were planning to go into the con and wanted to buy your ticket at the event, you wouldn't be allowed to do so until 12 o'clock, which I don't know why they did that, but it was really weird. The last day I did notice sales pick up a bit more. I was a little bit more aware, like, that we were actually making sales, and time did tend to go by a little bit quicker on Sunday. Even then, I noticed that there was still a lot of people, but they were mostly there for like the cosplay events and whatnot, not really much for shopping. I did see people do like the rounds, but there weren't that many I noticed like buying, or because on the second floor they had like the main stage, so during certain programming or certain events like their Sailor Moon cosplay contest, and when they brought over the Spanish dub voice actress for Sailor Moon and other like big events that they had lined up, it would be like dead. Like everyone would head upstairs. And even though there was like there were also other artists on the second floor, so they probably saw more traction on the second floor on Sunday compared to like us. But overall, I noticed people were mostly just kind of there to vibe, not really to buy. To vibe, not to buy. But but yeah, there was that on Sunday. Still made a few sales, but it wasn't as like crazy as they were like hyping it up to be. They were like, yeah, Sunday's gonna be crazy, we're gonna like make a lot of sales, or that's what I heard at least. Because there was like a artist alley chat for people at the con, so when I was bored, it was kind of funny just to go in and like see like people were like, hey, how's people sales going? It's kind of slow for us down here. Is it slow for you guys upstairs? Or like, you know, kind of things like that, which was nice to catch up on and whatnot. It seemed like a lot of people still had the same kind of issues, like it was either kind of slow or it wasn't as, it was according to some people. So now that we have come to the end of my review, would I ever go back to Mexico and do a convention as an exhibitor or for Artist Alley? No, I would not do it again. No. Let's go down the general breakdown of costs. So plane tickets were way more expensive than what they usually are. So my plane ticket round trip was $600. Let me see. I'm going out with my calculator because I cannot math. So plane ticket was $600. And the table, even though this was an international convention in Mexico, it was still kind of pricey. It was a standard Artist Alley price table like compared to here. So the table was originally $300, but I ended up buying an extra badge and table. So I think that was like an additional, oh god, was it 20? I want to say $20 per badge and $20 per chair. So let's just say 340. 340 plus the hotel. The hotel was the standard, it was like, they didn't have a hotel block at this con, but if they had one hotel, it would be this hotel, technically. So I got to that one, and it was like it was literally down the street from the event too. So that was like $350 with taxes. So in total, I paid $1,290 for the event. How much did I make in total for those 2 days? I made $481, a little bit under $500. So I did not make any money. I am in the red. Did I know that going in? Yes, I did. So as I mentioned, I went into this convention knowing that I would not make any money back. I knew that I would be in the red. So why did you do it, Min? So I have always been curious about events for like anime and Artist Alley in Mexico. I have known about a few events that are popular in Mexico throughout like different states, and you know, I'm not gonna lie if I didn't say that I would get FOMO looking at all these events in Mexico and being like, wow, I wonder how it would be, you know, like doing cons in Mexico, you know, all of that stuff. And there really isn't a lot of information on it online or on YouTube because I've looked, but I can't find anything. So I was like, I'm going to give it a try and see how it is, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, you know, Mexican American artist that does Artist Alley and is curious about, you know, their home country and how they do stuff over there. Or if you're even just curious about how, you know, cons are on an international level, especially Mexico. You really don't hear much about Mexico cons. You hear about European cons, about Asian cons, but not really Mexico cons or like others in Latin America. So I was like, why not? Let's give it a go. I have, you know, saved up some money to kind of do a risky con and see how it is. But yeah, that's pretty much how it went. So honestly, yeah, I don't think I'd ever do another con in Mexico. Maybe, possibly, I would do it again if I have other friends or mutuals that might want to go. If they want to go, and you know, split a table might be easier. Split, you know, a hotel and stuff, that might be easy. So yeah, but I for sure don't see me doing another event in Mexico for the foreseeable future. So this was just a really interesting experience, and I came back and reported what I need to to the rest of you guys. So I think that was hopefully helpful, thoughtful. Yeah, you know, so if you want to give it a risk, or if you have, you know, like your profit margin might be higher if you have family that lives, you know, wherever the con is. I have family in Mexico, but not nowhere near where this event was, so I cannot do that. Thanks again, everyone, for watching this little video. So, you know, if you're ever curious about cons in Mexico and whatnot, now you know. Hopefully that was entertaining. Hopefully you learned a lot. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So, thanks again. Hopefully I see you guys in the next video. Hopefully I have more interesting things. But yeah, that will be it for me today.